I would say the most important thing is to kind of remember the statement that's made by Stephen Covey, which is begin with the end in mind. What's this going to look like when it's done? So then we can design the base to fit the future, what the walls are going to look like when the whole project's done. The only truly standard shower bases available on the market today, one is made of acrylic, and it measures 60 inches by 30 inches, which is perfect for a tub if you wanted to make a tub into a shower space, but it doesn't give you a lot of flexibility. So if you wanted to open up the walls and make it bigger, make it deeper, it wouldn't work. The acrylic bases are preformed, so the shower drain hole is located exactly where it is each and every time. In a custom base, one of the big advantages is the ability to put the drain where you want it to be. So with an expanded polystyrene base, you literally can have a waterproof base that's pre-made for you with the drain location where you want it. And the reason that's good is maybe somebody who wants to do their own project isn't really comfortable with moving the plumbing, doesn't know how to, isn't comfortable with it, and hiring a plumber. Of course, to move the plumbing, they're probably not going to do that for free for you. Not having to move it is going to save you some significant money, which is also a good thing. Any type of shower is usually going to be a lot safer than a step-over tub, which is what most homes have. But within showers, you have really two different types of curbs that you can have in a shower. Either you can have a step-over curb, and that's what most people would associate with a shower. And while that may not be a problem for a lot of people, there may be a problem for some people with that. Maybe somebody who has mobility challenge, or somebody who needs a more accessible for a wheelchair.
A lot of times we can customize it based on universal design by doing the barrier-free entry that just has a small 1/8 inch lip before the tile, and then after the tile it's more like 3/4 of an inch. So it's still small enough that someone could use a wheelchair and be able to roll into the space. That's especially good for our older customers who are looking to be able to stay in their homes longer and have something that's very accessible to them without having to step over a tub wall.
The other thing that's important to know about custom shower bases is that by designing with the end in mind, we literally can prefabricate wall sections that are built to go right on top of the base. So even if you have a curved wall, we can build a curved glass block section, and then that section stacks on top of the curb or of the base, and then another section stacks on top of it, another section. So literally you're buying a base and wall assembly kit. Most of the installations, probably 60% of the installations of these shower base and wall kits are done by homeowners, and the other 40% are done by trade contractors. So it is very much a project that can be done by somebody who is handy, familiar with plumbing, and familiar with sort of basic skills of setting different wall assemblies. And we can lead them through that process and do. When we're talking with somebody and if they ask, well, Mike, what type of base should I select? One of the first criterion to me would be cost, what your budget is. The least cost base is a mud set pan base. The negative to the mud set pan base is it's primarily done by hand. It is totally dependent on the qualities and waterproofing skills of the specific field installer. So if you're not familiar with that, or if you've got a curved design, doing a mud base is probably a difficult thing to do, and probably most people wouldn't do it. If you want to get a pretty cost-effective base customized that's waterproof, there are some nice options. One would be an expanded polystyrene base, which is a base that is made of a material that it would be similar to how people would think of styrofoam. It's actually a pretty light base, but it's actually completely waterproof, just like a styrofoam cup would be. And it can be preformed to fit the glass block. So literally, if we're designing a wall with a curve, that base can follow that curve. Or if we're building a wall with an angle, it can follow the angle. Or if it's just a straight wall, it can follow the straight wall. So that is one type of custom base. Another would be made of extruded polystyrene, which is also a very nice material, but it's more expensive than, in general, more expensive than an expanded polystyrene, but also a nice custom base system. And then if you want to get into some more expensive custom bases, you can get into either a marble custom base or a Corian custom base. Most people need a custom base with a glass block shower, but custom doesn't have to mean more money.